Hi, I mentioned about the possibility of the intestinal mold count increase having to do with multiple chemical sensitivity, and that it may be a good idea for those with allergies as well as multiple chemical sensitivity to stay away from bread, wheat, dairy products, and sugar, which are like the typical allergens for various allergies. And I'm sure, or you may have been aware of this already, but and also I also wanted to add that the molds, the fungus, love to prey on sweets. So whatever sugar or whatever sweet food that you take in, they would go after it. And not only do they like sweets, but they also prey on fiber. They like to eat fiber as well, and fiber is contained in healthy foods such as vegetables that we are always recommended to take in abundantly. Yes, so fibers are usually thought to be healthy things to eat, but when your stomach or your intestine is messed up and have too many fungus or molds living in it, it may backfire if you take in too much fiber, because you're basically feeding the molds in your stomach, depriving you from the necessary nutrients for you to absorb, to repair whatever needs to be repaired. So if you take in too much fiber thinking that it's good for your health, it would be taken over by the molds, and the fibers may be building up inside your stomach without being digested, and then your digestion would deteriorate, and then you don't have appetite. You can't eat like solid food like meat. And then even if you try to eat protein, animal protein, your stomach is not robust and functional enough to absorb the nutrients from whatever you take in. And so you become nutrient deficient, which would make you feel anxious, depressed, emotionally unstable. And since you don't have the enough ingredient or the materials to produce proteins, or the serotonin or melatonin to maintain your sleep cycle, you start become even more emotionally out of balance, and then you tend to be obsessive or hypersensitive, and emotionally unstable, which are some typical symptoms of MCS, as you may know. And you end up eating too much of same food in excess, thinking that it's going to be good for you, such as fermented food or smoothies. Smoothies can be a double-edged sword when you have an out-of-balance stomach, because smoothies include tons of fiber, food for molds and fungus in your stomach, as opposed to juice. Juice is just like fruit juice, and the rest of the fiber are weeded out when you juice them. But when it comes to smoothie, it contains too much fiber, which would not be good for you if you have a messed up stomach. So that is something that you also need to be careful of as